Hello and welcome to another fly tying session with your host Scott. In this session I'm going to be tying pattern number 7 from Mike Hardings' book, A Guide to North Country Flies and How to Tie Them. It's a fantastic book. A lot of the patterns are basically spider patterns or soft hackle wet flies, and they're great patterns, and I've caught a lot of fish with them. Also, this particular collection I'm tying to put on auction when I'm finished with it. All 140 flies will be going into this ornate bamboo box. And that's patterns 1 to 6 there, up to the small olive from the snipe and purple. And eventually all 140 patterns will be in there, and the box will be engraved with the title of the book or the title of the collection, and it will be going up for auction. The flies that appear in that box will be the ones that appear on video, so this fly will be in that box. It's going to be a long time yet before it appears. It's going to take me a long time to tie all of these patterns, as I'm doing it in tandem with the Plistiniog book by Henry Sevens, and I'm also doing the same with that one. There's 133 patterns in there, and we've got the first 6 in this box here. So this particular pattern, the Dotterel Dun, is basically going to be difficult to do because the thread colour is quite difficult to match, and I've worked out a way to do it, which I'll go over in just a second. And the bird itself, the hackle feather, was from a bird called the Dotterel, which unfortunately was hunted to near extinction in the Victorian times just for its feathers, for fly tyers. It must have been a really popular sport back during the Victorian times, and it's a real shame to hear that, to be honest with you. I didn't realise fly fishing had such a negative impact on the environment back then. But luckily they weren't hunted to complete extinction. You can still find the bird in Scotland, and the bird is now rightly protected. Almost quoting the text directly there. Also quoting the text directly, a good substitute is the corvid jay. This is the feather we're going to be using in the pattern, and that's found on this bird here, underneath the wings, where you got your blue feathers there, which are the most sought after parts of this particular bird. But we're using they're all almost like a peach colour, so we'll be using those. And then for the thread, it says Pearsall's Gold 6A, which is the same colour thread that's in the Partridge and Orange, yet when I look at the Partridge and Orange pattern, it looks completely different. So it makes me wonder whether some wax has been applied somewhere to adjust the colour. I've managed to match the Partridge and Orange quite closely using another colour altogether, but to match this one we're going to have to use a yellow thread by Uni, and then I'm going to have to use a yellow marker pen to actually darken it, to try and match the colour. Now I've actually done so and put it right up against the photo. I'll show you the photo now, and that's what we're going for there. And that's the best I can do. So without buying Pearsall silks, this is how it's going to have to be done. So I'm going to start the thread, and then we're going to apply the ink. The size of the hook I'm using, sorry I didn't cover that, is a size 14B405. And we can carry on from there. It recommends a size 14 to 18 in the book. Then we're going to add the ink. And we'll add it to the thread as well. And we're going to take the thread down there. I'm going to add a little bit more ink to it. And then bring the thread back up. I've obviously run out of ink there, so you can see the difference in colour. And I'm going to stop about there, and again add some more. And then we're going to prepare our jay feather. Now to do that we're going to have to get rid of most of this fluff here, which scarily comes off very easily. It's got to be said, these feathers are very delicate. And then we're going to find the point of the feather with our hackle pliers. I'm going to draw those fibres back. Tie it in. I'm going to add some more ink to the thread. And then we're going to wind our hackle. Now we're only going to be using a few turns of it. You have to be very gentle with it, but you also have to maintain a certain amount of tension to get it to wind, obviously, so it's very difficult material to work with. I think we're going to go for 3 turns with this feather. And then tie it in. And come in and trim away the excess. And we're left with a very extremely long hackle, which is quite close to what's in the book. We pull what fibres have gone forward back and then create our head. Add a little more ink. And then whip finish. Trim away. And just bring out your hackle. I'll have a quick look at the picture in the book and see how well it matches. Yeah, that's a pretty good colour match, if I may say so. And the length of the hackle is pretty good as well. So I'm happy with that. Now it's not immediately obvious that the heads are actually varnished. But I'm going to varnish mine extremely carefully, because if you get any varnish anywhere near the jay hackle, it does soak in and it will pretty much ruin it. I think that'll do it. Just enough to hold the knot. You don't really need to worry about a shiny head on these flies. And there we are. That is the closest approximation I can get to Mike Hardings' Dotterel Dun. Thank you all very much for watching. Please share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.